So it's a beautiful day here in Michigan. Got to be mid-70s already. I mean, this just doesn't happen at almost the end of October. Now my understanding is next week going to get cold. But it is also apple season. And this is the time of the year when we always took the kids to the apple orchard and picked apples and maybe got a pumpkin too. And of course got the great homemade donuts there. But I had recently watched a video by Bitty Boo Brown, and she was making apple juice using her steam juicer. And I thought, great idea. And it's really easy to do. And then Brenda Neer, one of my subscribers, mentioned she forages for apples because you find them on the ground everywhere, and she makes her juice that way. And I thought, wow, what an inexpensive solution. Well, gotta admit, I'm not foraging today, but I was driving in my car yesterday and saw a sign for deer apples. Now that's not a specific variety of apples. What it is probably drop apples, and it was $6 a bushel, and you could get a variety of different kinds. I'll show you in a minute all the different types of apple I got, but I thought a variety of apples, inexpensive, $6 a bushel. I'm gonna make apple juice. So I know I have at least 4 different varieties, but I'm not sure what they are. I know that this is a Honeycrisp. I know that this little one is a Gala. And I know that one of these is a Macintosh, which I would think is maybe that, and this is some type of Delicious. But anyway, I think a variety of apples makes great apple pie, great applesauce, and let's hope, great apple juice. So to make my juice, I'm using my steam juicer. I use this 11-quart steam juicer. It works out really well. It's stainless steel, so it looks nice, and I really like it. Let me tell you about the 3 parts. Okay, so hopefully you can see this well. The bottom is a pan where you put the water in. This middle area has a funnel in the middle, and then it has a tube coming out. This middle area is what collects the juice. And the top area, which has holes in the bottom, is where you put your fruit. And so that tube is where your juice extracts, and you can put it into whatever pan you need. It really works well. And I make all kinds of juices: grape juice, cherry juice, rhubarb juice, crabapple juice, even made strawberry juice. But today I'm going to make something I never made, which is apple juice. I wanted to mention too that I have links down below to both Bitty Boo Brown's channel. Try to say that fast. Bitty Boo Brown, Bitty Boo Brown. Pretty good, huh? And Brenda Neer's channel. Please check them out. So if you can see inside here, I have some buildup, and that's because I didn't use vinegar because I have hard water. So I'm gonna fill this up, pouring a little tap water in, and then pouring a splash of white vinegar. And that helps so the minerals don't end up corroding on your pot. And so it won't look as pretty. It doesn't hurt anything, but it doesn't look as pretty. Man, another one. So we want to get it right up to that line. There, that's good. Now you don't want to ever let that bottom pan run dry. If you're worried about that, you can get these clear, like, kind of marble things that go in planters, and you can get them for $1 at the dollar store. You put these in, and when you don't hear their jangling in your pot, you know your pot's going dry, and you gotta add more. I'm gonna put the lid on and turn on the heat, and now we'll cut up our apples. Now this is why it's so easy to make apple juice, or grapes for that matter too, grape juice, because you don't have to skin your apple, core it, slice it into small slices. All you have to do, split it in half, and then you want to cut out the stem here, and then I just quarter it. So you're leaving the seeds, the core, everything in it. I mean, it's really fast. How much easier can it get? I'll be back when I have this full. Okay, you see we've got a nice bubbling going. And can you hear that noise? Those are those little marbles on the bottom. It just lets you know if you don't hear that noise, your water is running dry. Now we're going to want to put this on here. Way up top here. You know what? It took me maybe 10 minutes to cut up the apples. It doesn't take that long at all. Now we're going to put the top on. And now we're just going to let it do its thing. Probably about a half hour, 45 minutes. We'll start getting juice out here. And when that happens, I will be back. You notice how much more quieter it is? I couldn't take the sound of those marbles in the bottom. But if you're a newbie, you might want to use them. I check it, I know about when it's going to need more water. So it was just way too noisy for me. So I took them out. But anyway, it's been about maybe 25 minutes. As you can see, we're getting juice here. And I'm just going to let it drain. A lot of times when I make grape juice, I actually fill up the jars as I go. But I think this time I kind of like the juice to mix a little bit together. A lot of times your first juice isn't quite as concentrated as the rest. So I'm going to collect it here and then I'm going to put it in the canning jars. Now I got to have some word of caution here. Biddy Boo was canning hers outside or steam juicing it outside anyway. And that is a great idea because you can have some really, really big messes. I was making grape juice once and that little funnel thing just went crazy and it sprayed all over the floor, whatever. Luckily, I have a granite floor, so I could clean it up. But depending on your kitchen, something like grape juice, for instance, really can stain your countertop. I have granite countertops too. But the real worry is this is extremely, extremely hot. It can scald you and cause serious burns. So you saw my setup. I don't have my grandchildren around or a dog around that could bump it because seriously, you can really, really get burned by this. So just wanted to give you a word of caution and learn from my mistakes because Lord knows I make a lot of mistakes. I filled that bottom up too much and had water bubbling out all over my gas burner. If there are mistakes to be made, I guess that's how I learn. But I want to share them with you so you don't make the same mistakes. Just be very, very careful, whatever your setup is, for having the tube drain down to your container. So I'm going to take the top off of here because some of the apples are scooching down there, smooshing up. So we can put some more in. Now I want to caution you, do not try to squeeze them down because that will mean some of the seeds maybe and pulp will go down to the way you collect the juice, and that's not what you want. You want a nice clear juice the way we're getting it. Looks like a cider, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll fill this up and then we'll do this every so often. So you keep on making juice. I've been going at this for over 8 hours and still have some apples left, but I'm gonna call it quits. So I could have cooked these apples down even further, but to be honest, I realize I still have to can them and I want to go to bed tonight. So I'm going to give these to the deer. After all, they are deer apples. Okay, so you can see I've got the water bath canner ready. The big kettle got 3/4 full of juice. I put it on the burner and make sure it was boiling hot. And then I put it in the jars. And now we just need to wipe the jars, put on the lids, and we're going to be ready for canning. We're going to do this with all the jars. And then we'll put them in the canner. Now we only have to process these for 5 minutes. Well, the lighting's a little wrong here, but all the cans sealed. There were 19 pints, and I used up about 2/3 of a bushel of apples, and actually from those I also made other things, so I don't know, it was between a half and 2/3 of bushels that made this many pints of juice. So definitely worthwhile. Figure if a bushel costs $6, this only costs maybe $3.50 for all these pints. Can't beat that value. Finally done. It was a long day. Taking a break here on the deck. Just such a gorgeous day outside. You can hear the waterfall and the creek behind me. We actually have the steelhead back in the fall. It's so much fun watching such big fish in such a really shallow creek. But anyway, I thought I'd close this video with sipping some of my juice. Apple juice has a rich flavor, almost in between a juice and a cider. It's really, really good, really concentrated. And I'm so glad I canned it today. So, I hope I inspired you to do some canning or some juicing. It really is rewarding, and you love to see all those jars on your pantry shelves. This is Prepper Potpourri saying please subscribe, always share the knowledge, and thank you so much for your support. Thumbs up if you like the video.